Hello, I am so excited that you decided to join us today. This video is primarily made for Bamberg County School District teachers and administrators. However, this is something that any educator, really anybody who uses Google, is going to benefit from. And that is, Google has released Bard. It is their artificial intelligence chat. And I have been talking about this for months. I've met with a lot of teachers and administrators, and we've used ChatGPT. And honestly, it's been amazing. It's already a game changer. And I have been telling people, just hold on. Google will release theirs very soon. And sure enough, they have just released it. If you are working in a district outside of Bamberg, make sure that your administrator allows for experimental apps in the admin console, or else you won't be able to use it. All of your students, if they are marked as 18 years or younger, they will not be able to use Bard. So that goes ahead and addresses some of the questions I get from teachers about cheating and everything. But if you are in Bamberg County School Districts, this morning, the first thing I did was get on, enable it. I have tested it out. Everything seems to be working with all the accounts. If you are watching this the day of posting, the posting of this video, it may be that it is still pushing out, so you may have to come back and try a little bit later, but in the next day you should have full access. So exactly what is Bard? It is just an artificial intelligence tool that helps you do a lot of things. Let's say, for example, you were going to be out next week. You could add a prompt, something like, write an email to my principal letting her know that I will be out next Tuesday. I'll put my assignments in Google Classroom for the students, and I will leave printed instructions for the substitute. So then you can just go submit, and it will take a second, and it will write it for you. And there you go. It already has included the date. It assumes I can't reschedule. I've uploaded it. So it tells what I want it to tell. Gives a few extra details, and gives you places to kind of fill in the blank. Now, this is not as extensive as something that I would get from ChatGPT, but not bad. A couple things that I like better than it is up here to view other drafts. Instead of having it regenerate a response like ChatGPT, I can view other drafts, and it automatically has them ready to go. So I can compare the drafts, choose the one I want. And here's a good thing. Instead of copying and pasting without formatting, I'm going to email this. So I can come up here to export the response. I can export it to Google Docs, but this is an email, so I'm going to draft in Gmail. The new email is created. I can open it, or I can just save it for later. And here we go. Now, notice when it did this, it gave me everything. It gave me my prompt in the subject line, and it gave me its response right here. So I don't like that, so I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to change the select all and change the subject line. But other than that, it's pretty much ready to go. Fill in the blanks. So I could say Ray, and I already have my name in my subject line, or my signature rather, so I don't have to worry about that. Now I can go ahead and send it. Add my recipient subject line, but that's a nice add-in. If you have ChatGPT for Gmail, I will say that that's still a little bit more convenient, but I do think I'm going to make Bard one of my bookmark shortcuts. So I could just come up here and have it up for anything. I don't necessarily have to be in Gmail, which is nice. I can also, if I wanted to write something else, I could have it export to Google Docs. So I'm going to reset the chat. It will remember your prompt, but not your letter itself. This time, I'm going to use a feature that I like that is not available in ChatGPT yet, and that's use microphone. Create a 10-minute activity for social studies class with the topic of separation of powers. So by using the microphone, I don't have to worry about typing things out. I can just and here we go. I've got it. Now I need to look through this and see if it's any good, but some of the ones that I've played with so far have actually come up to be pretty good. And if you don't like it, here's another one. Here's another one. So there are different options. You can take that. You can say, okay, I like this one. Now let me export it to Docs, open it in Docs. There it is, and from here I could share it with other teachers. I could do all kinds of stuff. Really nice if you're in in crunch mode. One of the other things that they announced yesterday, and I have not tried this yet, so I'm interested to see if it works, is I'm going to say list all the schools in Bamberg County, South Carolina. And there we have that. Now I'm going to say create a chart with these schools and include their address and phone number. So it created the chart for me, which I like that. However, I'm not sure about the private schools, but I can tell you right now the addresses for these schools are wrong. And I think the phone numbers, that's the district number. I'm not sure about these other numbers. I'd have to actually try them out, but I don't think they're correct either. They're not the primary number, at least. So, wow. Useful, but it has said at the beginning that BART is still in its experimental phase. If you check out videos of their of Google's release, you'll see that they are talking about adding images and other programs that'll start merging in with Bard. So, not perfect. I still kind of lean toward ChatGPT, but I think the more people start using this, so especially if you give it a rating. So this time it gave me 5 schools. It didn't give me the private schools, and it didn't give me Bamberg Middle School, and it also still all the contact information is wrong. Notice that it did say that this is subject to change, but I'm going to say bad response, and it's going to say why, and I'm going to say not factually correct. You can give more details, but I'm just going to click submit. So it knows that, hey, those addresses are wrong. And the more information that they get from users, the more accurate they'll be able to generate responses. So this is not going to be the technology that goes and, takes your job or replaces valuable employees, but it definitely is something that I would play with. It can be a very helpful tool, and it will get better over time. So really excited about it. As you have time, give it a shot, see what you think. Thank you so much for watching.